Talk Radio, KBLA 1580 AM. Check it out. 1580 KBLA AM. 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're celebrating our 4th anniversary, and this track right here is the gift one of our devoted listeners presented to us.
Where you get some information, get a true education. Just to know, ooh, yeah. 1580.
How cool is that? Having a member of our KBLA delegation write us a song. Stop it! Our listeners love us and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Wouldn't want to. Thanks to Cardell and everybody else for turning on KBLA Talk 1580. We love you right black.
KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Kids like me. Ooh, KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive. KBLA.
We capitalize and monopolize on everything we see. Keep pistols drawn and cocked. We got the industry locked. We can't be stopped. Too hot. Check the spots that we got on Billboard. Instead of roadblocks. We fading all you hoes. Want some more? Then let's go. Stretch it out like elastic. Zip that ass up in plastic. Have your folks picking caskets and drastic. Our tactics is homegrown in the ghetto. So feel the wrath of this sister. It's like you're fighting 10 niggas. Forget the baby voice. It's the biggest mama mia. The unladylike diva. Lyric old man eater. Believer or steer. And get that ass embarrassed. Egg your decision maker. Guaranteed you'll get carried away. So stay in your place when you hear mama speaking. Cannon spray, clear the way when you see the tank creeping.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. You are locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and now you are relaxed. You got your snacks, a beverage or two, and you are ready to hit these trending topics and headlines. Remember the No Limit era? The pen and pixel graphic covers? Them yelling at you on tracks? Silk the Shocker slightly offbeat rhymes? See Murder? And that young lady right there, Mia X, the first lady of No Limit. You know, we had a lot of crews that had only one female in them, and she was always the first lady of said crew. Well, right now, she said family doesn't look like family. We are going to get into the details of Mia X's beef with Master P. Oh, by the way, it involves the upcoming Essence Festival that is taking place this weekend. We're going to talk about it. We are also getting into Chris Brown wants us to stop all the comparisons. He wants who's the better artist, who did this more, who is this to end. We're going to hear his plea, and then we're going to talk about it because I agree with him, but I don't know if that is something that we will ever see happen. I mean, we could talk music, we could talk film, we could talk sports, because Lord knows we're tired of LeBron versus MJ. And y'all just overlook Kobe. That ain't right.
Shout out Kobe.
You still want to talk about LeBron versus?
I love it. I love that dialogue. I like the back and forth. That's just me.
Do you really? I mean, I love talking about their attributes, but I do feel like it's hard to say, and maybe that's because I have a hard time choosing only one thing in general. I believe I can have as many choices as I like. You know, I have a hard time with there's only one GOAT, because I think as our bodies change, as technology changes, as the skill set changes, it's hard to make the one-to-one comparison. You really can't.
So there's nothing in this world that's like number one to you, whether like this particular dish, this is my number one dish. This movie, this is my number one movie. There's nothing that's number one for you.
I mean,
all?
me,
Cocky.
It's hard. It's really hard. Sometimes it depends on moods. And as I say, things evolve. Things that, I held closely to my heart at 13 or 14, some of those things I still hold really close. But other things, I'm like, that was when I was 13 or 14. I no longer hold them dear. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for real. It just, things evolve. But it doesn't mean that I don't love them. It just means with a great deal of things, I have a hard time choosing just one.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I know one thing that is number one for you.
Okay.
For sure. And if it's not, I'm going to be surprised.
LA?
Well, LA for sure. But the team that represents this city, the purple and gold.
Oh, yeah.
That's number one for sure, right?
100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Easy call.
Just had to check.
Easy call. Okay, no, easy call. There are some things that I have a one and only. Well, but I don't have a one and only. Like, meaning I subscribe to other teams. I will follow a team for a season or something like that, or two, or I will follow my player someplace if I like a player and they get traded or they go someplace or whatever.
So I got to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Back when the Warriors were like winning championships back to back and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a basketball fan.
Right.
So I still tune into the games. Obviously, my Lakers didn't make it or whatnot, but, whoever's playing, I find myself rooting for a team. Just
right.
I want to see one team win. And I remember, I was kind of celebrating the Warriors win and all that. And I had like family members come to me talking about, how dare you cheer for the Warriors? They're in our division. I'm like, first off, division don't really matter in basketball like that, so stop it. But, he just felt like it was blasphemy for me to cheer for another team. And I'm just like, bro, like, I like the game. You feel me? I can like other teams and stuff like that. But I know that when they face the Lakers,
it's all bad.
It's always Lakers all day. So I was just curious to know, like how do you feel? You can rock with other teams, right?
I'm with you. I'm like that too. Like, okay, my team got knocked out. All right, who am I rooting for now? Because I'm going to continue to watch the sport because I, like you, enjoy the sport. My team is just absent, so there's just an asterisk about my rooting. It's all good. I supported the Warriors, West Coast. Shout out to them. Now, are they the Lakers? No, but they have done their thing, and I'm appreciative of all of the things. So we're going to get into more trending topics and headlines because, there's a couple of other things that happened that involve purple and gold jerseys this weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's not what you're thinking, Andy. It's not what you're thinking at all. And we're going to get into something else that popped up on Instagram over the weekend. And I'm just going to say it reminded me of honey butter glazed biscuits. We'll talk about that on the other side. All of that and more. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431. 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431, and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Giveaways, and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cow Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So, you know how this goes down. If at any point you want to get in on the conversation, 800-920-1580. Hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I, of course, am at Stiletto Jill. We have a new app. Get at it. It's fantastic. It has all the new bells and whistles. You can do a lot of things there. So go download it. And join the YouTube chat. You know, there's always good conversation in there. Shout out to them. They keep us lit every show. Now, I have something important to tell you before we get into the trending topics and headlines. I have something for you today. You know, I told you that it was going to be a summer of wonder, a summer of excitement. And I'm going to make sure that you guys have good things to do. So, coming up tonight, remember, lock that phone number down, 800-920-1580. Not now, but later. Not now, but later. I am giving away a pair of tickets to see the legend, the icon, Diana Ross at the Hollywood Bowl. The shows are July 25th and 26th. Okay? And I have a pair of tickets for you to rock out with the queen herself. Now, Miss Diana is legendary, and my first time seeing her in concert was actually at the Hollywood Bowl. So I want to share that experience with you. So make sure that you are listening, and we want you to call in. Remember, if you won in the last 30 days, this is not for you. However, lock in. Because we also, ladies, you know, you did well with the Earth, Wind, and Fire tickets. It's a fair fight. I just want to make sure the ladies are represented, okay? All right. So before we get into tonight's topics, there's two more things I wanted to mention. Speaking of purple and gold, over the weekend, Candace Parker, who recently retired from the WNBA, you know, she was drafted to the LA Sparks back in, what was it, 2006, 2007? Somewhere around there, right? She won the dunk contest at the McDonald's High School All-Star Classic. We know she went to Tennessee State. The baby hairs. Let me tell you, the baby hairs were iconic. And I guarantee you, some of your favorite ballers, some of your favorite hoopers from that time period had a crush on Candace Parker. Okay?
They sure did.
Everything.
And they was Sheldon Williams haters.
Man.
He was like, this guy?
How did he do it? Right? So we know she won a title with the Sparks. She then went on to win a title with the Chicago Sky, you know, and I believe she got a ring with the Aces. Did she? Or was she on the bench? I can't remember. I might be making that up. Not on purpose, though. Anyway, her jersey was retired number 3 at the Sparks ceremony over the weekend. So we just want to, give it up to Candace. She brought enthusiasm back into the Sparks arena during a time period where we were kind of, we're going through another one of those kind of times right now. We know her exit from the Sparks was not ideal. There were some issues, but I appreciate them getting it right. The only thing that I will say was kind of wrong from the ceremony, from what I saw, where was the CP3 merch? Should have been some CP3 merch out there. That's all I'm saying. Because Candace Parker was everything. And she put the Sparks on her back. Made them visible. Made them, iconic again. So, Andy?
Shout out to Candace Parker. But I got to talk about the other purple and gold. Because the way I'm feeling right now.
About all the money?
No.
What?
About your boy LeBron.
What did he do?
Oh, you don't know about LeBron James?
What, the $50 million that he's opting out with, the $50 million?
No, he's opting in.
Yeah, opting in for free.
Opting in, but he's putting the pressure on Rob Pelinka because he's concerned about roster construction and all of that. And for me, I'm just like, yo, if you talking about putting the fire on Pelinka, bro, you might as well just go, homie. Straight up.
You think he's doing too much?
First off, you want to talk about, the ring stuff is, why are we talking about rings, this, that, and the third, but yet you over here trying to put fire up under your general manager because you want to win another ring, right? So at this point, like, yo, if you want to leave LA, bro, like, deuces. That's kind of like where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't be over here threatening cats, talking about you better change some things.
Well, I mean, listen, that's what he does. He's a cranky old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Lakers need to change some things, though? Weren't you saying the same thing?
They do.
So,
but I don't want to hear that from
problem?
Bron. You was just talking about rings don't matter or whatever. Why are we having this ring conversation? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he's trying to go out on top. He's trying to solidify his legacy.
Understood, but come on. You flip-flopping. One minute you over here talking about why are we having this conversation about rings, and now you over here trying to, put pressure on the GM. You already got your 4 rings. You're your all-time leading scorer. You got your son in the league. You want another chip? I mean, of course you want another chip, but, it's just funny to me.
So let me ask you this, right? Do you think it's fair to say that for LeBron's entire career, he's been underpaid?
I mean, I really don't know his contracts like that, but I'm going to say no.
Just in general. No, you don't think so? With what he's had the league on his back, he's been the face of the league for many, many years, right? Every team that he's played on, that he's gone to,
yep,
he's won a ring.
Mm-hmm.
And, the amount of interest, attention, whatever, no slip-ups. So he's not allowed some grace. Would you have said, Kobe, get out of here, when Kobe was putting pressure on at the end?
I was with Kobe at that time, though. Like, I was riding with him. Like, I'm with you, Kobe. Like, we need some pieces around you. At that time, I don't think he won the chip outside of him and Shaq. So he was like, yo, make some moves. And quite frankly, 2006, 2007, I remember those years. 2006, we could have got past Phoenix, but, I think Tim Thomas hit that 3 game 4, and that kind of just destroyed everything and whatnot. But, you already know we already kind of have like a weird feeling towards LeBron here. So we are on his head. So, bro, like, you might want to stick around because Houston, they stacking up right now.
All right, we'll see what happens. And lastly, if you were perusing social media in your timeline over the weekend, you saw Drake. He dropped a photo, a selfie, a thirst trap with his abs out and all glazed up, looking like some honey butter biscuits.
Thirst trap?
Men can have thirst traps. He was attracted to somebody. Why you got the abs out? First you've been dressing in bobos and big jackets and stuff like that. Now you want to come back with the abs?
Go in, Jill. Go in.
I'm not going in.
I'm just
saying.
In.
I'm just saying.
Those abs looked fake.
they did look a little etched. It did look as if he went in for a little bit of etching.
You know Big Sean got them same abs, right?
A lot of guys go in and get the etching.
It looks so horrible.
You know, listen, plastic surgery has everybody in a chokehold, not just the women. Right.
Just go in the gym, man. Eat right, go in the gym.
Here's the thing, though, like being honest.
Speak on it.
Not everybody is going to get those results simply from the gym.
That's true.
You might get healthier. You might look better, but you may not look stoked or jacked. So
yeah.
I'm not one to say just go to the gym. You can just go to the gym and lose weight and be healthy. But if you're going for a certain aesthetic, your body type may not be the one to do that.
Yeah, but that aesthetic, it doesn't even look real. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but sometimes they don't want it to look real. They want it to,
If he's happy with his abs, then I guess so. But you're the laughing stock of the world right now, Drake.
I guess he'll continue to be so. So listen, Mia X, the former, or I guess she still is the first lady of No Limit Records. Master P and the No Limit Soldiers are putting on a show at Essence Fest this weekend, right? New Orleans is obviously the home of No Limit Records. Technically, we all know it started in California, but that's a, conversation for another day. It did. It's where they popped off. But she says it's not just about business, it's about respect. Now, the lineup was announced months ago, right? Mia X posted a statement to Threads, and she revealed that despite it being advertised and her name being put on as a featured performer, she was never formally booked. She said she received no contract, no deposit, no rehearsal schedule. And when she finally did speak with someone about it recently, within the last 2 weeks, she says that her performance fee was scoffed at. They said it was too much, right? And so Mia was basically like, I hate to disappoint you guys. I am disappointed myself. This was handled shoddily. And I will not be on that stage at Essence. She said it's still unbelievable that I'm actually saying this. She said that his management at first didn't want to entertain her performance fee at all, right? And she said she talked to P on the 26th of June, and he explained that there was a lack of communication due to his busy schedule. But she says, again, everything was last minute. There's no time for stage show, performance, coordination, all of these things. She said that it wouldn't be fair to put on a performance in such a short time frame with no rehearsal scheduled and no contract and no deposit. Therefore, she will not be performing. Master P, for his part, put out a video, and he said that, it was just a misunderstanding, She said, Mia said that she didn't want to squabble in-house for brands and stuff. It's about business, name brands, and for the fans, right? And she said that she should be respected. She also said she was angry at Essence for using her name without the proper permission, and that basically she works in sickness and in health, and she appreciates the support from the people who have enjoyed her music over the years. She said, I stand on doing good business, and I've been done dirty. And that PR spin before even speaking to me is diabolical. Again, I'm sorry to all that expected to see me. I hope you enjoy your festival. And P again said it was just a misunderstanding. But what I want to know is, do we think that it is just par for the course a lot of times that I mentioned the female in the crew, unless, of course, we're talking about Little Kim and Junior Mafia, but that the females in these crew that were, part of the sound, part of the look, part of the aesthetic, if not the main event, often get overlooked in these reunion tours or these revisit things, that they're an afterthought, an offshoot. Do we believe that Master P said just give him a number for Mia and he would meet it. But for her, it's respect and the time frame that it takes to put together a show where you actually care about your audience, which I respect her a great deal for that, because we've seen some people go up on stage and just throw anything out there, and tickets are too high for all of these events to just be sprinkled with, you know, what's thrown together with a stick of bubble gum and a match, you know? But do we think that it's a reoccurring theme as far as the female artist or the lesser of a crew, though part of the crew, being forgotten about? We've seen things like Spinderella being left off at various points in time where people are like, she's not essential to Salt and Pepper's them. And though she's been there since the beginning, she's kind of an offshoot. We've seen it with other groups as well. Is it fair? Is that part of your job? You're paid hype men or paid, you know, Mia obviously was her own. She dropped in first album in 95, I believe, then second album in 97. Last album, I think, was around 99, 2000. I think the last one was, maybe the second album was the biggest one. So a short run, relatively speaking. But do we think that, you know, it's fair that we tend to overlook the extra parts that are still a part of the mix? Andy?
It's not fair, but it's also fair to, you know, like what Mi X is doing, to step away and just be like, look, I know you got my name on a thing, but take my name off.
I mean, I'm not mad at her. I completely understand. I'm happy that she respects the craft of performing. I do think that, you know, Master P or whomever forgetting to get in contact with her until like 2 weeks ago, bad business. All right, guess what? I got a pair of Diana Ross tickets at the Hollywood Bowl to the first caller up, 800-920-1580. Go, go, go. When we come forward, more trending topics and headlines.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The Trump administration is suing Los Angeles and Black Mayor Karen Bass, who's openly been against the ICE raids in the city.
Why do you have these young people here who have to miss work, miss school, leave their families?
The lawsuit claims LA sanctuary policies block immigration enforcement and create chaos, naming the city, the council, and Bass. The jury is now deliberating in the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering and sex trafficking trial. Prosecutors say he used fear and violence to commit crimes for years, while his attorney claims he's only guilty of a swinger lifestyle and drug use. Combs has pleaded not guilty. And former Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Joe Biden attended the funeral for slain Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. They were shot in their home 2 weeks ago. Leaders from both parties, including President Trump, condemned the killings. The suspect faces state and federal murder charges. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Anaheim 91 eastbound slows from Kramer Glassell all the way to Green River. We're also looking at Anaheim on the 57 northbound, delays from Catella to the 91, and more slowing in stretches ahead in Brea from Lambert to the 60. The drive on the 60 eastbound, slowing out of Rowland Heights, and that drive is crowding up from Fullerton Road to the 57 freeway.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson. Richardson.
With LeBron getting ready for his 23rd NBA season, his 7th with the Lakers, he's in a very unique category. Before agreeing to re-sign with the Lakers for $52.6 million, LeBron and Vince Carter were the only NBA players to play in the league 22 seasons. Carter, a Hall of Famer, retired in 2020. Now, LeBron stands alone as the player who will play the most seasons in NBA history. Beyonce made a $100,000 donation to the Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul marching band. The HBCU band is based in Houston, Beyonce's hometown. Beyonce performed with the band during halftime of an NFL game last season. She did a 15-minute performance with the band on Christmas Day in Houston when the Texans played the Baltimore Ravens. Beyonce's donation will go to scholarships, recruitment, and upgrading the band's resources and technology. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up, What's that station you listening to? Oh, man, you don't know? That's Talk Radio. KBLA 1580 AM. Check it out. 1580 KBLA AM. 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're celebrating our 4th anniversary, and this track right here is the gift one of our devoted listeners presented to us.
Where you get some information, get a true education. Just to know, ooh, yeah, 1580.
How cool is that? Having a member of our KBLA delegation write us a song. Stop it! Our listeners love us and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Wouldn't want to. Thanks to Cardell and everybody else for turning on KBLA Talk 1580. We love you right black.
KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key, privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, this is Nappy Boy Radio live with your boy T-Pain. We love rap music. Listen, we got a caller on line 1. Caller, what's your problem?
Hello. I'm on the radio with T-Pain.
How's it going?
It ain't going good. My girl ain't doing the thing she used to do at all.
I got just what you need. Brand new Chris Brown, T-Pain. You heard it here first. Nappy Boy Radio. We love you. She want that loving, kiss, 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 kiss. She fantasize about getting with me. They hating on me, hating on me. This, kiss, kiss. Smile and so fine. They can hit me. She want that loving, kiss, 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 kiss. She fantasize about getting with me. They hating on me, hating on me. This, kiss, kiss.
Welcome in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Aw, oh, Chris Brown was so innocent here. Just dancing and gliding through the video, playing himself as good and evil. Who would know? We're going to get into Chris Brown. First up, though, I forgot to mention this earlier. Well, let me put a pin in that. Congratulations to Rosalind Lee on winning the Diana Ross tickets at the Hollywood Bowl. I know she's going to have an amazing time. Diana puts on a great show. That is a living icon there. All the girls, really, that's who they're trying to be, right? Little bit, even if they don't know it. All right, so speaking of the icon, one of her children, Beyonce, performed at home over the weekend. And shout out to Beyonce's sense of humor, because I don't know if I would be that hee-hee giggly. Yes, I would. Maybe after I was safely on the ground. But you know, Beyonce does the acts like throughout all of her tours. She flies in some type of prop over the crowd so that you peasants underneath can get a glimpse of Beyonce kind of up close and personal, right? And she has, I believe it's a Cadillac or a Chevy that she flies over the crowd with in the Cowboy Carter tour. Well, at home in Houston, there was a malfunction, and the car was kind of leaning to the side. Beyonce included a photo of it in her photo wrap-up. Mind you, she got back to the ground safely, right? Her team flew into action really quickly. You know, the Beehive is crazy. They were talking about, I would have caught Beyonce if she would have fell. Are you serious right now? I guess they are. But Beyonce handled it like the professional she is. I'm curious to see if the car will still stay in the show. But she posted a recap video and included the, what is the name? God, what is his name? Paul Wall sitting sideways on the recap for it. And it was the perfect song and really capped it off. And that is how she looked in her cowboy ensemble in the big red caddy, leaning to the left with her harness. But it did look rather dangerous. And, you know, maybe just for our heart's sake, Beyonce, take a break from the theatrics and flying over the crowd. All right, speaking of the greats and who the greats get compared to, Chris Brown is sick of y'all. He has had enough. He is fed up. You know, right now he's on the Breezy Bowl tour, right? It'll be headed to the States in a couple of weeks. And, oh, by the way, he settled with the gentleman that accused him of hitting him with the champagne bottle in London. The trial that he is currently out on bond with in London. We'll see what happens with the courts there, if the case will continue moving forward, if suddenly the witness decides not to show up. I don't know how things run in the UK, but we'll see what happens, because the gentleman received a hefty, as one would expect, settlement. Like, that whole incident, including having to tour, already has cost Chris Brown about $30 million, right? I wonder how much he's making on the tour. Just curious. But Chris says, please stop comparing me to all of these others. You know, he took to his Instagram story Sunday night, and he had a couple of posts, and on one slide he said, until one of these artists do all the ish by themselves with no help, and the media constantly screwing with them, then come holla at me. I'm trying to feed my family. He also went on to say, I don't mess with celebrities at all, and I'm not welcome in their circles. I understand I'll never be recognized for more than anything than drama. You know, one, that's not an inaccurate assessment of his situation, right? I respect Chris for saying, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me the way that I'm doing it. And just let me cook, right? Just let me cook. But as we've just talked about, people can't help but to want to make those comparisons. They want to, somebody says, oh, he reminds me of this, and it doesn't spark that type of affection in you, it's offensive almost sometimes. So I would like us to get to a point where we could just kind of respect the artist's craft and what they bring in. I mean, realistically, there will never be another Michael Jackson. There can't be. We're in a different time. There's different technologies available to us. Just like there'll never be another Elvis Presley. That was a moment, right? I mean, there's come close. We've had the Vanilla Ice moment. I hope you guys get what I'm putting down when I'm talking about Elvis Presley, not just as a beloved, we've seen Bieber and whatever. We know the teen fanatic thing will always range on, but I'm talking about the snatching, if you will, of, our sound and putting it out and it working. And, again, we've seen versions. People have conversations about artists like Post Malone, for example. We've talked about things like Miley Cyrus, the banger era, right? Where they come, they try on hip hop for a second, and then all of a sudden it's not their thing anymore. It's a phase that they outgrew, which they're allowed to do, but we don't seem to allow our artists to a certain degree to outgrow things or remove things. Now, some will question if Chris Brown is allowed that type of grace for some of his actions, some of the things that he continues to seemingly be involved in, right? But is it fair that he just stands on his own accord? He does bring up an excellent point. Chris has done most of the bulk of his catalog, the things that we've known for, 1111 as such, without really major label backing. It is something to consider. Now, I've talked about several times. I feel like some of his albums could have used a good tapering. Like there is a lot of filler on these projects. But his fans seem to love it, right? And I'm not comparing these two. I'm just using it as an example. People hate on Tyler Perry's stuff. His fans seem to love it. So, and I'm not comparing the two in as far as their artistic value. I am just saying, when you have an audience, a community that is locked in with you, right? What the others feel tends not to be as important. Andy?
My question is, comparisons of who, though? If he's saying stop comparing myself to...
Probably Usher, the Omarions, even the Beyoncés a little bit.
Come on, Chris, bro. Like, we are not comparing you to any weak booties out here. Like, low-key, you are being compared to the greats. What is wrong with that, bruh?
I think he's just burnt out because I think, one, he knows that he's never going to get the recognition that he feels he deserves because of his past. So I think that is part of it.
He's a polarizing figure.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think with the amount of the extreme hate that he gets, there's an extreme amount of love that he gets too, bro. You went to South Africa, sold out 90,000. Come on, bruh. There's cats out here in America that they can't wait for their opportunity to see at the Breezy Bowl.
Like Breezy Bowl sold out in minutes.
On,
I was
bruh.
like, oh, guess not.
Does he still do the whole meet and greets where he's charging like
yes,
$1,000 something? Like, come on, Chris Brown. You probably just need to turn off social media. That's what he probably needs
I think so. I think social media has, in some ways, probably made people insecure about things that they shouldn't even be considering, right? Let's see. Morris Phillips, says self-pity. Maybe he could ignore all the noise, shouldn't he? He should. He should. I just think that probably, too, he probably makes a great deal of money from social media to a degree, or being in touch with his fans on that way. And it's an addiction. Can we admit he obviously has an addictive personality, right? So I think that people dismiss social media as being an addiction sometimes. The scroll, the need to know, what are they saying? How are they talking about me? Now, is that an excuse? Not really, but I think it's something to consider.
He did mention something very poignant, though, where he said that he doesn't rock with celebrities and that he doesn't get invited or something like that. I think that's probably like the real root of his anger. You cannot be mad at the fans
because he's kicked out of the circle.
That's what it is.
He wants the recognition. He wants the awards, even though, like, didn't he just get a Grammy or a something recently? No, he gets awards sometimes, but I think it is the chip on his shoulder for those years that he was kind of frozen out of the industry by many and cast aside. I would think, though, as a 35-year-old man, even if you feel some of it was not fair, I would think you would at least understand some of it to a degree.
Okay, this is what he needs to do if he hasn't done it already. I remember suggesting this with, I forgot who it was, but like, you know, they were in trouble for domestic violence, and I was like, yo, you got to go on a campaign, right? This is what Chris Brown probably needs to do. You know what I'm saying? You need
what kind of campaign?
Like a domestic violence.
No, I don't think he should.
I think he should.
I think, one, it's been, we're almost at the 20-year mark for that.
It don't matter, and people are still holding
and people are still holding it against him, but I think people would view it as inauthentic if he did, right? I think that they would just give him flack for doing it and saying he's just,
I said that's sad.
I truly believe that. You know, I don't think that he can change certain, especially in this era, because people are so, I think he should just rock with his fans and keep doing what he's doing. And when Chris Brown is like about 40, 45, they'll give him a Lifetime Achievement Award and it'll be all gravy, right? I think, too, he has to keep in mind that there were moments, though, when he was a little volatile with people around him. I think that whatever that incident that happened with Usher a couple of years ago, because Usher really did rock with him, and now he does not. And Usher was one of the last ones that is mainstream that was still like, Chris, my dude. I mean, there's others. I shouldn't say that, but, you know, Usher is kind of a different level. Even though there were the comparisons, Usher has always been like, Chris is my brother. And now they don't have that. I think that I think that there would have been more forgiveness for Chris, but there have been moments and certain things that people can't overlook or won't. And getting into a tiff with someone like Usher is one of those things. You know? So when we come forward, we'll have more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Catch Prep is now enrolling for summer credit recovery in fall 2025. As South Los Angeles' top-performing high school in English, math, and college access, Catch Prep is welcoming all 9th through 12th graders to enroll now. Catch Prep offers a small, supportive, and safe learning environment to help all students succeed, so that all students feel valued, respected, and motivated to reach their full potential. For the past 20 years, Catch Prep has helped more students of color gain admission to top-tier universities, with our graduating seniors earning a total of $3 million in scholarships, more than any other school in Los Angeles. We are dedicated to helping all students turn your college dreams into reality. Catch Prep is now enrolling. Visit us online at catchhighschool.com or call 323-293-3917. Space is limited. Please enroll now for summer credit recovery and fall 2025. Call 323-293-3917 or enroll today at catchhighschool.com.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key, privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside.
Don't say a thing.
Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. The chat is bustling over, but we got a call. Eric from Carson, what's on your mind tonight? Eric, how are you?
Hey, Jill, how you doing?
I'm good.
I just want to tell you, I had the pleasure of being at the unveiling of Candace Parker's jersey.
Okay.
And Lisa Leslie, did a great speech kind of summarizing her career. But when Candace Parker got up and accepted, she accepted the honor and spoke, it literally, I had to pull out, thank God I had a napkin in my pocket because it brought tears to my eyes. It was touching. And I had an opportunity. She walked by me and she didn't get a chance to look at me. And I can understand being caught up in I was unimportant, but Eric Bellinger sang the national anthem. And when he walked by me, he made eye contact and, he just spoke to me as, from one person to another, and I was hoping to have that opportunity with her, and I didn't have it. So that was the only thing that I can say that was negative. But other than that, it was a beautiful moment.
Well, first of all, shout out to Eric Bellinger. He's a nice guy, so appreciate him for, touching you in that moment. I think for Candace, we also have to consider that probably was a lot of emotions getting her jersey retired. This is the team that she was drafted to. As I mentioned, she had an unfortunate exit from the franchise. Her daughter was there. Her wife was there. Lisa Leslie, who set the tone for the franchise and LA basketball for women in general. She's one of them, along with Cheryl Miller and, all of the ones that went, even, that Houston Rockets lady who, why did I just blank on her name? From not the Houston Rockets, Houston Comets here, Cynthia Cooper. She's a Trojan, so we kind of. And isn't Cynthia from Compton? I mean, of course, Tina Thompson. I'm saying all of them, for me, all of the top female hoopers in my lifetime came through Southern California, USC especially, right? But just shout out to Candace because she did her thing. And Eric, you got to cut her some slack. It was an emotional moment, a lot of feelings, a lot of things in the place. Candace is what, 6'2", 6'3"? Are you short? Maybe she couldn't see you.
No, and I really
How tall are you?
Debated. That's irrelevant.
She just couldn't see you, babe. Relax.
No,
I
just want to say I debated on bringing this up because she was awesome. So that's all that matters. It was my loss that I didn't get a chance to look into her face and just smile. That's all. So it's not her, it's me.
Well, she just put out a memoir not too long ago. You should have went to the book signing. I'm just playing. Thank you so much for your call, Eric. We appreciate your time, your commentary. And shout out to the Sparks. All right, listen up. I thought this was kind of interesting. Kimora Lee Simmons I guess it's just Kimora Lee now, was recently on a podcast. This clip might be a little dated, but she talked about how she found out from her ex, her baby daddy, her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, that a lot of women pursued him because of her. And I know it's kind of a thing, but is that really a thing? Ladies, are you out there picking your men based on a woman that you admire, status with them? I'm not talking about based off just because, the rumors of wealthy men and people just wanting that lifestyle. We've seen with Cassie, that's not good. But are you picking your men based off of a woman that you respect making moves? And you're like, that man is the key to that. This is what Kimora had to say.
My first baby daddy used to always say, when we were friendly, he would say, I get so much P word because of you. And don't do that. Don't laugh like that. You're going to have Braxton Hicks right now. He's going to start cramping down low.
I get so much because of you.
He would say that, and I would say, that's right, and I'm glad you know that because I would say that.
It is true.
But he'll tell a different story, but this is...
I think guys get a lot of from who they date before.
For sure.
Sorry,
and I think a lot of girls over there have come and gone thinking that they can replicate that situation, but not knowing or being aware of what I brought to the situation. What I brought is not what you bring, honey.
I know that's right, Kimora. You better tell him that's a Taurus woman right there. So, I'm just saying, are we really doing that? I mean, I understand young girls, like that happens, but women, are we doing that, ladies?
I've heard that a lot from women.
Really?
They find a man who's taken more attractive, or, they pay attention. Before, when they were single, they didn't look attractive, but now that they're taken, they're like,
They're being taken care of. They know what to do in a relationship, so you don't got to train them. All right, listen. Make sure that you are locked in each and every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. for all your trending topics and headlines. You know it's just facts, culture, and context over here. Coming up next is the voice of reason, Zoe Williams. He's going to hit you in the head with that good information that you need, those life lessons, those emotional intelligence conversations that keep us all flowing. I'll check you guys out tomorrow.
You were Reaper, I work badly. You smoke midget, I smoke Cali. You were Nietzsche, I wear Louis. I drop shit 100 parts on these Gucci's. You really like her, you might wife her. I don't like her, so I one night